Hi, this is Scott Bosch. I'm the President and CEO at Harrison Medical Center. And this is the June edition of Message from the CEO. This month, we're going to take the entire episode and dedicate it to telling you more about Joan Soriano, who is retiring after 41 years on the Harrison board. She and her husband Louis have spent most of their lives here in the Kitsap County. And Harrison, who's been in existence for 95 years, has seen Joan be on the board for nearly half of that amount of time. So sit back, relax, and enjoy with me some remembrances of Joan Soriano and the time she's given to Harrison Medical Center. Thank you.
Well, how I got involved with Harrison. In 1961, the plans had been made, the architect plans were drawn, and the beginning of the present location of Harrison Hospital was starting. A group of us had been very, very strong and staunch supporters of Children's Orthopedic Hospital in Seattle, and we thought, why are we going to help them now when we have our own wonderful healthcare facility coming to Bremerton? So about 20 of us got together. We were all moms with little people, so we had to hire babysitters, which was okay because we wanted to go out to lunch anyway. It was a good excuse. And we talked about how we could form a guild that would support our hospital, the Maurice S. Mathis Guild of Harrison Hospital. So we all started volunteering, and I think most of the people around here know that I am a wannabe nurse. It's just that my brain didn't want to do it. So I thought, well, I can give back and I can provide my form of health care to the patients of our hospital. So I became an adult candy striper. And I would take the mail to the rooms, I would water flowers, and I would sit and visit with people who had no visitors, and they just looked lonely and they wanted me to stay. In 1972, I got a phone call asking if I would like to serve on the board of Harrison. And this was the beginning of the era of women serving on boards and contributing their skills. So I felt very honored.
As you know, Joan's a hard act to follow, and she opened many doors for a lot of people, including myself, that I was asked to join the board of directors. And our combined path joined there, and we've worked together all the years since.
Joan has made so many contributions in a variety of ways here. But one of the passions I'd like to talk about is the role that she played in board development. And she saw that play out by virtue of the fact that it was important for her that the board of directors at Harrison get up out of their seats and stay in tune with what was happening in an increasingly rapid fashion with developments in healthcare. And you know, just an aside, Joan has seen healthcare reform, topic of the hour, come and go and come and go and come and go. So if anybody is informed about that topic, it would be Joan.
People come into our lives in many different ways, and Joan Soriano came into my life when I was applying to become the CEO at Harrison. She was obviously on the board and on the selection committee, and so I had a chance to interact with Joan as I was interviewing, and I found her to be incredibly helpful for me personally as I tried to make a decision on whether to relocate my family here to the Kitsap region.
Bonds that Joan and I have go far beyond the hospital environment. Our passion for Harrison and our dedication to Harrison is our strongest bonds, but through that, the bonds of friendship have grown. She and I firmly believe that our role in the healthcare environment is that as a trustee. And trustee in the full meaning of the word, the trust the community has put in us to do our best to bring back to them the level of health care that they deserve and the quality of health care that they deserve. So over the years, those bonds have only been strengthened by that commitment to do the best we can at the state level, at the national level, through the American Hospital Association, and through the Washington State Hospital Association to bring back to Harrison the knowledge that we've learned and the best policies and practices that we've heard about, and try and work that into Harrison's plan for the future. So that's how we worked.
One of the legacies a board can leave is to have successors in place. So she was very instrumental, together with some of the other board members, in discerning in a very orderly manner how board succession might take place, involved identifying and recruiting board candidates in the community.
Joan just stands out in my mind as someone who has given back to the community in meaningful ways, ways that have lasting impact. Just in my tenure here, we've built new buildings, we have offered new services, we've grown, and Joan has always been a solid supporter of Harrison Medical Center and its growth moving into the future. Her sense of community is unlike anybody's I've ever met. She has this sense of accountability and responsibility to the community, to our patients, to their safety, and to their well-being, and she's passionate about that. She never lets a board meeting go by where she is not making sure that the patient's best interest is brought before the board.
Well, my mission was, is, and will always be to provide exceptional health care for the citizens and the community of Kitsap County. I was asked to serve on the Washington State Hospital Association Board of Trustees, and that opened up a whole new world because now I had the opportunity to see and hear and know what other hospitals across the state were doing. And I could bring this information and I could bring these services that we weren't doing back to my board.
Well, at the Orthopedic Center, we'll have the opportunity to really address the orthopedic patient's needs, which in our world, our patients are broken, and our job is to fix them and then rehabilitate them to get them back to the things that they love to do. So while our operating rooms, which are on our first floor, have been designed to do the fixing part of the patient, it's the second floor, which we call the rehabilitation unit, that gives us the opportunity to really fulfill that goal. And the floor is designed with everything from a track to a gym to resting places to areas where they can gain independence, all focused on getting them up, out of bed, on the move, and back to their things that they love to do.
Well, what's next for me is more time in Nevada, certainly avoiding the weather. Again, as you heard, Mindy Markley in a conversation offered me an opportunity to volunteer when the new orthopedic hospital opens, and I just jumped at it because I'm back at doing Volunteer 101, which is something I love to do. So when I'm here, the 6 months out of the year in the summer, I intend to do that.
Joan's legacy has so much to leave this community, and on so many levels. She started early on at OC with the nursing program as kind of the groundbreaker to the establishment of that program. She worked diligently with the college, and out of that came the connection with Harrison. I learned through Joan that with expectation of time, talent, and treasure, that Joan lived all of those things, and particularly in the last few years, the commitment to treasure. And getting back to the nursing program, she established in her and Louie's name a scholarship that is a strong commitment to the nursing program that benefits Harrison. And the legacy that will bring to this community and to nursing for a long, long time. So I personally want to thank Joan for that, and her time and her commitment to Harrison over the years were all much better for her having served us as a community. Thank you, Joan.
Thank you very much for joining us for this short tribute to Joan Soriano. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. Joan, thank you so much for all you've done for our community, for being on our board for 41 years, and we appreciate your dedication and continuous service to our community. Coming in July, if our board does close with the Franciscan Health System, our new affiliation, I'll be taking the July issue and dedicating it to that affiliation detail. So stay tuned for more on that, okay? Take care, and thanks for watching again.